We offer free Qur'ans that we can mail out, but only in the United States and Canada. There's the only place we sent them. Why? Is because so many Muslims order it. And I tell them, well, can't you get one locally? No, I want one from you. It's well and great, you know, but it costs us money to send them out. Especially in Africa. We were sending them to Africa. It cost me $16.70 for the stamps to send it to Africa. And then I found out these guys are selling them. Pretty cool stuff. I would also like to work with you guys to have somebody here who will do that, and we'll arrange to have the Qur'an shipped into you. You'll have the Qur'ans in Malay, English, Tamil, Urdu, whatever languages you want it in. We do have brothers who are doing this work, and they'll be happy to cooperate with us to help you do a better job. But what we really want to focus on is the best of the quality of translations. And I recommend Saheeh International. Have you heard about it? Okay, don't settle for less. Whenever you talk to the people of Juma magazine or Muntada, be sure, because this is where this is coming from. They have another translation that they promote. They don't promote this one very heavy. But the Saheeh International is many times better and more acceptable amongst most governments than the other one. The one they're trying to promote is very leaning, I don't say what group or anything, but it leans heavily toward an Arabic mentality. There we go. This is a nice way to say that. But I happen to know about the translators. I love them very much. They did a good job. But still, they have these inclinations in certain places to lean toward things that wind up causing you a lot of problem. Will cause you problem eventually here in Malaysia. Because I know what problems we've had. They're actually banned in the libraries in California. So it's not a joke. Saheeh International was much better, and especially for ladies. And by the way, you're always going to find more women interested in the dawah, working for the dawah, than men. And partially because the women do have a way to operate out of home a little bit more of the time. And I'm not trying to hurt the feelings of the men, but do keep in mind that the women are a great resource for us in the dawah. They're able to achieve many times more than we are, simply because they have their networks working out and they know how to get things done. The men are getting kind of used to the 8-hour day, and women know it's from we say from sun up to sundown for us. For them, it's from can to can't. From the time you can until you can't anymore. That's how women have always had to work. It's never been any different. So I'll talk to you a little bit about this, and I hope, inshallah, that was a benefit. I should mention for the ladies that Saheeh International is translated by a woman. She didn't want people to know that because she knew that it would cause a problem, and people would say, oh, well, we don't take it because a woman translated it. But I know her personally, and she is an expert in the Arabic language. She's a convert from America, living in Jeddah. And in fact, her and her partner, they're both converts from America. They both live in Jeddah. They just sent me an email this morning to write a recommendation for the book. And even though, now after I give you the big sales pitch for the book, I'm going to tell you it's still not perfect. It's still not perfect. There are still areas in there that we need to talk about before you start saying the Quran says this or that. But it's not her fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just difficult to try to represent the Quran in any other language. In fact, it's difficult really to even do it in Arabic because there's no book like it. It's impossible to bring a book like it. Allah said, if you're in doubt about it, bring a book like it. It means you can't. But Saheeh International is really nice, especially, and I'll show you a couple places just to think about it, is chapter 33 verse 35 and chapter 33 verse 36, Al-Hisab. And Allah here is telling about the Muslim men and women, the believing men and women, the fasting men and women, etc., etc. And you'll find that in almost every translation it's like that. And then it comes to this very important verse in 33, 36, that if you don't understand it right, you'll think the woman is having a subjected lower position than a man. It's not for the believing man or woman that whenever Allah, see how it sounded? Whenever Allah and His Messenger have decided in any matter that they have any option in it, well, they say, when we take it, all of it, it's from our Lord and so on. So it didn't say that. And the verse before it was to show you, I think, Allahu Alam, how important it is to make a distinction between men and women. Because it doesn't say men and women. It says Muslimina wa Muslimat, Sabarina wa Sabarat. Do you understand the difference? It said the believing man and the believing woman, the patient man and the patient woman, and each time there was the effort to go through there and not make it sound like you just threw them together, but for the sake of space and time and la 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 la, and the fact that a man translated it. What's wrong with saying men and women? But Allah didn't say it that way. So if somebody took this much detail to give you this, you'll be surprised at the other details you'll be able to pull out. The other thing was, Sister Muhammad did in the translation was to make it so that the style in the English follows the style of the Arabic. So you're trying to learn Arabic, you see the style of how things come. Because very often when we read translations, we don't understand, how do you know that this is no longer talking about this subject? It just changed, and how does that work? And the double negatives that might be used, the negative coming first, etc. Wallah, Ballah. How does that work in English? And so she's bringing it, and it's really an amazing thing. You'll really enjoy it.